So I'm up to the Forestry and I got Nala, Katniss, Pod, Lanny, Finnick and Pumpkin. I've seen the least of Pumpkin today. And it did get me thinking a little bit. You always get people asking, what's the difference? Which genders like more like this or more like that? And obviously, dogs are individuals, and you might say that like boys are calmer, but there'll be a nutty boy that'll kind of spoil that one. But I will say, on a walk like this, Pumpkin's been gone, busy running. She's in the trees now. But the boys have mostly plodded along, trotting, sniffing, peeing on bushes and trees and clumps of grass. And they've not ranged as far as what Pumpkin has. Now they've had a couple of runs and then they've gone back to plodding. Whereas like Pumpkin's kind of been run. And if I had Arya and Raven, they'd be the same. So I'd say once the boys are mature, generally they're calmer on walks. Now Katniss and Nala kind of put paid to that as well, because they probably are calmer than the boys. But Jude's either going to be a swat and glued to my heel, making eyes for food and treats all the time and wanting to show off her tricks, or she'd be running with the other girls. So Jude's a bit of both. So yeah, it varies dog to dog. But generally I would say boys are slightly calmer. And I'll always stick by, boys are easier until they're teenagers, then they're harder. And then they come through their teenage phase and then they're back to being easier than girls. So the other thing I was going to say is I know I've talked about temperament an awful lot, but I think the temperament is about as bad as I've ever seen it at shows recently. And I think I'm going to end up talking about it again, but I'm trying to justify why I'm talking about it all the time. So, you know, you go down the bench of Dalmatians, I would expect to either have them chilling out, not bothered, or happy, curious, who's passing their crate. I wouldn't expect, and this is just me as a human, I have got a dog with me, wouldn't expect dogs hard staring, hard eyeing me. Wouldn't expect dogs to react and bark at me for walking past their crate. Now, if I've got a dog, it's even worse. When I go into a ring of Dalmatians, I'd expect them to be super handler focused, come on Nala, or happy wagging their tails, looking like they're having a nice day out, or a bit of both. I don't expect them to lunge and launch at other dogs in the ring. I don't expect them to have whale eyes, ears back, tuck tails, and frightened of the judge. That is not typical of a Dalmatian temperament. That is not what the breed standard says about a Dalmatian temperament. Even Nala, who's walking like sad Sam on this walk, her tail's still going. Dudley still wags his tail while he's eating. Like, they are meant to be like the happiest dog on the planet. And usually they are. If they're with you, doing what they want, you know, being with their human, out and about, they should be happy. Now, is it just that people aren't breeding for temperament? Is it they're not picking the right temperament from a litter to show? You know, there are or could be reasons why it isn't, things aren't getting better. Is it people don't believe that the temperament will pass down? Of course it does, doesn't it? Yes, yes, even the looks pass down. Wow, Pumpkin, that's attractive. You know, if you think of Nala, she's a calm, confident, happy dog with a easy temperament, a solid temperament. Take her anywhere, do anything. She doesn't bat an eyelid. You know, she's had camera approaching her at eye level, pan up and over her head, up to the strange woman who's handling her wearing a strange outfit. She stands there wagging her tail, making sure she knows where I am. That, and then you go down a generation. You got Pod and Aria. Pod, exactly the same temperament as Nala. Exactly the same. Slightly more stubborn than Nala, but he is a boy. But he's soft. He's a sweetie. And again, take him anywhere, do anything. You know, you'll work with strangers. You know, you normally have a picture up there, don't you? So, this is super muddy. Temperament passes down. Aria, sweetheart, easy. But a little bit more go in her than Nala and Pod, and a little bit less of like that easygoing thing the Pod has got. But again, she does all these shows and she doesn't bat an eyelid. So temperament 100% passes down. So, you know, when considering a puppy from the litter, don't just look at which one would be the next perfect show dog. Pick one that's also very sweet and outgoing as well. Hey, shut up, you sound horrific. We were playing chase. Lannister. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's Placey. Sounds horrendous, but it is play, I promise. So I think the other thing that's going wrong is people think they can work through it. It's nervous because it's a puppy. It's nervous because it's a lockdown puppy. It's this, it's that. They're making excuses. It's the way the judge approaches the dog. It's the flooring. It's the echoing. It's another dog had to go with them on the way into the ring. Another dog attacked it, so it's reactive now. It's bull crap. Bull S. Stop making excuses. Think about it. And, you know, when it comes to selecting, look at the temperament of not only your bitch, but the dog you're picking too. You know, I know the litter that's planned, both parents are reactive. It's like, I wonder what these puppies are going to be like, you know? And it doesn't take much, does it, to figure that one out. People are insane. And it is driving me insane. Because it's the dogs that suffer. It's the new owners of these puppies that suffer. And it's the breed's reputation as a whole that suffers. That shows when people from other breeds see all these nervous dogs. They'll have a friend, they'll go to them, or I know you show, do you know of any good Dalmatian breeders? They'll go, oh, don't bother with them. They're nasty, they're reactive, they're nervous. Try one of these breeds instead. It is all connected. So anyway, I'm gonna shut up now because I'm a bit out of breath, ranting and walking up the mountain. Oof. Anyway, see you all soon. Bye.